Despite how dramatic it sounds, that is not how it will play out. The year 2030 is not a D-date. A date of disaster is upon us. Following that, things are going to become incredibly. Raoul Pal explores the fascinating realm of cryptocurrency in this episode of Drinks with Raoul. With an eye toward the present trends and difficulties facing the cryptocurrency market, he explains investment tactics and delves into the causes of the market's recent volatility. Additionally, Raoul delves into the technical developments that are molding the trajectory of cryptocurrencies going forward. These advances are causing major shifts impacting the way digital assets are seen and used in different industries. The price of Bitcoin has increased by 7% in the last 24 hours, and by 6% in the last 7 days, and it is now slightly over $66,000. This shows how the market is always changing. Shift to a different framework. When the previous method fails, we have no choice but to. Yes. Everybody is playing the system against us. Wages are stagnant while asset prices continue to rise. Everyone is deeply divided and harbors animosity toward one another. Consider the following: immigration, international trade, an aging population, and artificial intelligence AI robots. No. One can do this easily. Plus, everyone feels helpless because it's beyond their control. I understand, but the gift has already been bestowed upon you. Crypto is a present. The only thing you need to do is keep from botching this. This is the secret recipe, then. Beyond that, it's paramount. What causes? An increase in GDP or a trend in a trend. Growth in the population, production, and debt all contributed to its creation. All right, there are the three main pieces. An aging population has been the main driver of GDP declines over the years. Consider the population's average age. It has been causing growth to decline. There has also been a decline in productivity. Furthermore, the increase in debt has been on the rise. The gross domestic product (GDP) of a country increases in comparison to its population. If it contracts, as the graphs I gave you indicate, then there simply aren't enough people to support further population increase. You can't expect more from those people until they're productive. However, productivity declines with age, therefore difficult when the population is getting older. I don't mind if your population is small. Needs to be more productive rather than rapidly expanding. Thus, India's population is growing, but the country is also becoming more productive. This is why it is the world's fastest growing major economy. They reap the benefits of both. Things that were once limited in supply become limitless and freely available in this new universe. Individuals engaged in legal and accounting practices, etc. The financial sector, all the information, everything, so it's no longer a cost. What about robots? They eliminate the need for manual labor. Your plumbing won't be fixed first, I'm sure. They'll be handling fast food and factory lines, among other things. The problem is that what you've essentially made are endless human beings who can work and produce. We can also use cars as robots, so it's like having two robots in one. Tesla Motors. People are supplanted by robots and AI. The human replacement issue doesn't concern me at all. The question is, what shall we do? Excuse me. We will resolve that matter. Our species is incredibly versatile. To be more specific, what does an economy entail? This is something I've covered in The Exponentialist. Because The Exponentialist is so unique, I will elaborate on it later. That said, I have written on the subject, and David Matten does as well. Also, some folks over at Oxford have been giving this some thought. Sure, the magic formula will lead to an increase in AI and robots. This is evident at Amazon, where the number of robots is growing at the expense of human workers. And eventually there will be a huge chasm between humans and machines. More people are moving to the country, which means the population is growing. Additionally, it will be widely used after 2030. Sizing will be prevalent in all areas. We converse with AI agents. Nothing here involves people. However, its effect is to generate absurdly high GDP growth. If the number of robots and AIs in the globe increases from, say, 8 billion to 10 or 20 billion, the global population would have doubled or even tripled. 4 billion people will be using cryptocurrency by 2030 at the latest. The adoption of cryptocurrency is the quickest of any technology in history, and AI is scaling at a rate even quicker than that. You will see this everywhere. Therefore, after the year 2030, you will do something that goes against the rules of economics. When our scarcity theories of economics vanish, we lose any comprehension of what is happening. Next, we consider the aspect of production. Therefore, productivity is defined as the amount of output achieved per kilojoule of energy. The European Union's enormous financial stimulus into renewable energy is now the true engine behind this. Over time, they will innovate their way to a 50% reduction in the cost of electricity. Once again, the nuclear bomb will cut it in half. As a result, our productivity will increase thrice, which will have a multiplier impact on our growth. That is being propelled by the proliferation of artificial intelligence and robotics. We have arrived in Ella land. All right, economic indicators are meaningless. The concept of scarcity is meaningless. Who needs money when resources are scarce? The AI is distributing resources, albeit there are some commodities, in a way that humans just can't. AGIs assist with supply chain management and logistics. Money? What the fuck? There is a shift. In the event of hyperdeflation, what are the necessary expenditures? What does each of these things do? When the AGI is activated on the stock market, what will happen? Everyone can take everything, not just Jim Simmons from Renaissance. Some other AGI user will deduce the solution. The markets have already been won over. Markets, what are they? Just what are businesses? What goes along with the fact that every 3 months Sam Altman destroys every startup that uses AI to produce AI? As a result, the capital velocity and destruction cycles are unparalleled in the product iteration cycle is lightning rapid. It resembles meme stocks more than anything else. The following steps are involved in starting a business: gaining momentum, attention, financing, and disruption. A handful might make it, but the vast majority won't. This causes the capital cycle to become extremely brief and aggressive. That is seen in mint coins as well. ICOs in 2017 were the first to exhibit this. It's the direction the world is heading toward. Investors aren't prepared to deal with this. It is too soon for VC. This is beyond the capabilities of private equity. Holding on and trying to grow the business isn't going to work. Tokenizing this garbage is going to be a complicated ordeal. What is the best way to amass wealth? In this context, how is the stock market relevant? Does it just rise and fall in tandem with global GDP since machines have complete control and comprehend all nuances? What's the boundary? Who is the leader? Our next move? I am uncertain. I simply tell myself it's probably going to come by 2030 as I try to plan out all the financial and economic details. Undoubtedly, there will be developments that leave us perplexed, much as we were bewildered by the events following the Great Debt Refinance of 2008. Then we have a total of 6 years, if that is correct. Clarity for 6 years. What we obtained is clear to us. We are versed in technology and cryptocurrency. All aspects of the code lifecycle are known to us. We anticipate that 2026 will be a slow year. This year does not seem to be a recession. I could be wrong. I truly couldn't care less. The year of the sideways consolidation correction in the mid to late 1990s is the one most reminiscent to me. Sure, old Pew, you're right, it does anyway. On the other hand, it's possible that the 401k investments in Bitcoin produce a 40% decline rather than an 80% one. Yet we still have 6 years to reach 2030 with a single downturn cycle interspersed throughout. I'm playing that game. In this game, you control a robot that is on a beach and asks it to fetch a bowl of nuts and a pina colada for you.